This video I'm going to show you the real power of, well, it's called Openclaw now, basically ClawdBot. With the right prompts, you can turn this AI agent into something truly insane. So let's get started. First, a quick tip for you. This prompt here, which I'll link down below as well in a document, you can also find it in our private school community link below as well. Enable memory flush before compaction, etc. What does this mean? What does it do? The problem with ClawdBot out of the box is that it struggles with memory. So things you had messaged it like a couple of hours ago, say, it will forget about that. It has that limited context. And day by day, it will forget what you were discussing the day before. So if you run this, the memory improves significantly. And then it kind of separates a short-term memory, daily memory, and a long-term memory. And then you can actually prompt it to save stuff in certain different types of memories, and I'll show you how to do that today as well. So you can see it says I've already obviously enabled this, but this is key. So it's really important you pop this on. It will make a massive difference to the power of your AI agent ClawdBot. Okay, next prompt. Build me a Kanban board to track your tasks. I want to be able to assign work in batches rather than texting constantly. So try that prompt. So it's done. Build you a task board with two interfaces. Files are created there. Asked it to show me the Kanban board, and it simply shows it here. And as we add to it, you just have to type in show Kanban or add to Kanban, and it will add to tasks you have in progress, blocked, done, etc. Next one is a proactivity prompt, a really good one actually. I highly suggest you try it. Based on everything you know about me, business goals, etc., what are the ways you could proactively help me? Don't wait for me to ask, what would you do if your job was to save me time every single day? I'm just going to pause there for a minute. Reverse prompting, AI reverse prompting. Start learning about that. What does it mean? It means rather than you telling the AI what to do, the AI tells you what to do. Why? Because in theory, the AI should be more intelligent than you. These are massive, incredible, amazing models. For example, you might be using Opus 4.5. Why are you telling it how to run your business where potentially it could do better? So try it this way around. And then a really good response, it breaks down 10 different things that I could look at. So you could spend your time, actually more, 12 different things I could look at. Have a look through these, and it's suggesting what it could do without me asking there. I think the key with this that you have to realize is what is the skill you need now in the next 6 months when it's working with these AI agents? You don't need to code, that's obvious. People say you need to be an idea guy. I don't think that's true either, because you can ask the AI for ideas. I think you need to understand strategy and systems, because if you can understand that, you can help organize, channel all of this intelligence into something that's useful rather than creating what we call AI slop. Next one, a simple one. What currently takes me 20 minutes at the moment that you could turn into a 2-minute review? Again, it's just efficiency. If you don't know, ask it to tell you. Maybe it will have some really amazing tips for you. Remember, if you did the original user MD file, it understands everything about you. If you don't know how to do that, I'll show you in just a minute as well. So real talk, based on your workflow, this is where many suggestions it has, where it could save me 20 to 40 minutes, which add up during the day, of course, and it could potentially do all of that stuff in 2 minutes. And it shows me exactly how it might do that. Very useful. Another crazy one, I'm not going to share right now. To be honest, I've only tried this once, but what you're playing with here is, let me show you another way to illustrate this. When you ask your AI agent, your ClawdBot, every night, look, build me something wonderful. It seems strange. It seems like maybe you don't have a clue about your own business or what you're doing. And it might build something that's really mediocre one day, a 3 out of 10 score. But then you give it the same vague, unspecific prompt the next day, but during the day it's doing loads and loads of tasks for you. So it's getting to know from your feedback better what you like, don't like, what works, doesn't work, not only from your feedback, but you can ask it to review your socials, review your X, you review your YouTube, for example. If you're into social media, it can review them and track them. It can basically build very easily an analytics dashboard for all of your social media, very easily. But because it has all of this information, what will happen in theory is if you keep doing this every single night, by a combination of all of this data, plus its intelligence, plus luck on any given day, what if it builds something absolutely crazy? What if it properly ships something that even you're like, I could never ever have done anything like that? proper ship something amazing. That's where the element of luck comes in. What you're doing is you're leveraging that. You're leveraging everything it can do. So when you write prompts like this, and again, I've shared this in my community, all of these ones, and many more. This is probably only 10 or 20% of the ones we have that you can try and test. I'm not saying everyone's going to provide amazing results, but what's the cost to you for testing these? A couple of minutes to write them out, and a couple of cents or max dollars to test them out in terms of API costs. Worthwhile trying these to see what happens. This is a good but simple one. I don't tend to personally use these reminder ones as much, but if you're somebody who struggles with motivation, forgets things and stuff like that, this is literally like having a friend on Telegram, just reminding you what you have to do every day. Can you send me a message, 8:30 every day, record my top 3 priorities. At the end of the day, ask me what I got done and what I didn't. I want you to keep a log of it. Make a ClickUp list. Very cool. So I'm actually going to hit enter there because, yeah, I don't mind having a look at this myself. Another tip whilst we're waiting for that is I have several different bots that I'm running private servers on a Mac Mini as well. And I think in these initial stages, if you end up using ClawdBot a lot, I think it's good to have one focused on one area of your life, one focused on another, or another part of, let's say, your business. I think that's okay because, again, it's this memory and context switching issue. So if you kind of spread it over a few agents, it really helps. And also it helps if one agent, something's not working or something's gone off the rails, you've lost connection or something like that, you always have some backup options there as well. And next one, which has been really cool, which I'm testing here on this new bot as well, I want a daily research report every afternoon. Based on what you know about me, I want you to research, give me a report on a concept that would improve me. Processes that would improve our working relationship, deep dive on concepts like machine learning, etc., etc. You can add here anything you're interested in, whichever areas you're interested in. And I could just put here, I'm interested in improving my productivity. We just keep it general. Start by sharing one now and let that get to work. But it's this proactive time thing where tomorrow afternoon you might not be doing anything and you suddenly get a ping and it's done full research for you and it just gets you back into that work mode again and again. Again, I just find this way more powerful than just having a standard chatbot. I think this is the sort of stuff that ChatGPT was trying last year. It was trying to add all of these tasks and stuff, and it was just clunky with all these new projects and improvement in memories. And this has just kind of answered a lot of those questions. Kind of scary too, of course. So it's just done a daily research report. Obviously, it's scheduled it for 2 p.m. every day. Energy management versus time management. Nice little thing to have a read through and possibly learn from. Looks very TLDR as well. Next tip is like, anytime it does a task and you're like, wow, yeah, it's got that sorted. So you're using a new API like Gemini API, you're messing about creating images, or you're messing about with a Gmail API key or something like that. And it learns some new skill, new process, new workflow. Ask it to save it in its skills MD folder. Just say to it, can you save it as a skill? Really, really useful. Again, with the memory issue, once it's saved that skill and it's kind of permanent, you can utilize that skill again and again and again. And you can even ask it, just ask it, list your current skills. So a lot of these are built-in skills. A lot of them you can get as well from Claude Hub and other places as well. And skills you can add, it's suggested some below. So you can actually help it build out a specific skill. If you know a workflow, if you use analytics in some part of your business, for example, right now, if you use YouTube data, for example, you work with it, practice it, see if it's getting the right figures, see if it's reliable. You can permanently etch that on as a new skill. Main takeaway from this video is, look, you can show fancy things like, look, it's created a second brain for me and all of these fancy kind of dashboards. But at the end of the day, it's the basic things. It seems to be doing really well. Like, for example, I'm here scrolling through Twitter now. And let's say I'm doing it as part of my research, as part of the work I need to do. It can do that for you with the API key. It can do that for you. You can give it clear instructions on exactly what you want. And it's surprisingly fast at it and surprisingly reliable as well in my experience. And I've not had that experience so far messing about with automations, which get very complicated, things break, messing about as well with just basic chatbots so far. Most important thing is kind of play with it, keep your eyes peeled as well for people coming up with some amazing prompts that you could use. Remember to reverse prompt as well, where you ask it to tell you what might be a good idea to do next in terms of suggestions. And don't be afraid to be vague just to see what it can come up with, because in theory, if it's more intelligent than we are, over a period of time, the outcomes should be that much better as well. Thanks for listening.